Hi, I'm Michael Aiello. Welcome to our second edition of Steppin' Up Fitness. Today we'll be talking about weighted core strength in comparison to our first edition, which was non-weighted. Just remember to talk to your doctor before you start any exercise routines. Our first exercise is a med ball reach back. Pat's going to start with the ball up underneath his chin. If you don't have a med ball at home, you can certainly use a dumbbell, a large can of soup, chili, canned vegetables, whatever you have around the house. You can fill a milk jug with sand. Whatever you have that's weighted. It should weigh between 4 and 10 pounds. Pat's going to start with the ball up underneath his chin in a good athletic position. Toes pointed forward. He's going to reach back with his left leg, keeping his right calf parallel to the far wall, driving the ball above his hairline with each backwards movement. Very good, Patrick. 5 more. Excellent job. Drive up and back. Very good. 2, 1. Now we're switching to the opposite side to make it nice and even as Pat drives the ball above his hairline, keeping his thigh parallel to the far wall and reaching back as far as he can, still maintaining that good athletic position. This is working muscles from his mid-chest to his mid-thigh front and from his mid-upper back to his mid-hamstring in the rear. 2 more, Patrick. 1 more, and recover. Our next exercise is an up-down, a weighted up-down. Patrick's going to start on his knees with his feet directly behind each of his knees. He's going to bring the ball up above his head, locking the elbow. Again, this engages his core front and back, and all he's going to do is stand, first bringing the left heel up, then the right. Very good. Notice each time he's switching legs as he stands, keeping his core perfectly straight, not leaning forward or backwards as he goes through the movement. Our next exercise is called walking the plank. Patrick's going to start in an athletic position with his feet up underneath him, his toes pointed forward. Dropping his palms down in front, he's going to lean forward till he feels himself off balance and fall onto his hands. Walking out, keeping his core directly tight, he does 1 push-up and returns to a standing position. Always keeping his back as straight as possible as he leans forward and returning to the position. One key thing, he has to make sure that on the return to a standing position, his knees remain locked on the way up. At home, you'll feel a big difference from bending your knees to keeping them straight on the way up. Our next exercise is called a top hat. Patrick will start again in his athletic position, his toes forward, about shoulders width apart. He's going to stand with the ball above his head, locking out the elbows, chin up, arching his back, pushing his chest out slightly and his glutes in the opposite direction. He's going to lock the knees and bend forward slowly until he feels it pull in his glutes, hamstrings, and low back. Then he'll return to a standing position. As long as Pat cannot see the ball above his head, the tip of his top hat, he is doing the exercise correctly. The minute he can see the ball, he is out of position. Our next exercise is a standing athletic monkey. Patrick will start in his normal athletic position, toes forward, about his shoulders width apart. He's going to drop the ball down even with his pelvis. He's going to bend from the knees and the hip, dropping down, then bringing the ball powerfully up over his head. This exercise you'll feel fairly heavily in your core, in your midsection, in your shoulders, your upper back, and your glutes, if done correctly. Note that he's not bringing his knees out in front of his toes as he squats, as if he is sitting back on a bucket. All right, that does it for this edition of Steppin' Up Fitness. Let's remember, if you're using weight to move slowly and safely, at home you'll do 3 repetitions at 10 reps each, and then increase the intensity as you go through. You can move up to 15 or 20 as you feel it's appropriate. Have a great rest of your day.